Hi, hello everybody. I am back from vacation. I went away for a week. It was a fun time, but to be honest, I couldn't wait to get home and play. I had to bring my laptop with me, so I was able to get into the alpha for a few days while I was away, and so I built this house, and I'm still building it. It's a lot of work, a lot of harvesting resources and refining and learning new recipes, things like that. This game has a pretty extensive crafting system, it seems. The only combat I've done is against the boars to collect their skins and other things that I need. One thing that I'm trying to figure out is how I could harvest these other trees. This tree is a bit different than the ones I've been trying to get. It's too hard for my axe. Now, I just recently updated my axe. I built this axe head and I made a hatchet, a rugged hatchet. The wood cutting's still only 4, so it's not good enough to cut this tree. But after playing for a few hours, I've been able to recognize the trees now that I can't cut, like these trees. They're a little taller and slender. They're a different green than these trees. These trees here are like little saplings, and these are the ones that I can cut with the hatchet that I just made. And these also are able to be cut by the initial hatchet that you create. So the most, I guess, time-consuming thing, the resource that I need the most is wood. So I'm trying to upgrade my tool so that I can cut any tree that I come across instead of having to find these. Some are bigger, like this one. Most of them are going to take 3 hits, and I get about, I don't know, 7 or 8 pieces of sapwood from them. But like these are bigger, so watch, I'll be able to probably get like 19 pieces of wood from these. And they take about 5 or 6 hits. 19. You get resin too. I haven't found a use yet for resin. I think it says that it could be used in fires. Oh, I ran out of stamina. I should eat. I have some food here that's going to give me bonuses. So the raspberries give plus 16 health, plus 5 maximum stamina, and a little bit of health regen. Eat that. I have an apple, which is a little bit of health regen, plus 16 health, plus 16 max stamina. And I'm running out of grilled meat chunks, but I do have a lot of meat stored that I have to cook yet. Thanks for joining. If you're just tuning in, this is the PAX DEI Alpha. Reeds. I do need reeds. I think I need to turn reeds into straw, but I haven't done that yet. Just going to collect them. I thought I needed reeds to build the roof, but if you look at my house, where's my house? It's behind the trees here. My house has this like stick roof. It looks like wood. You see how it looks like it's a wooden roof? My neighbor has a nice thatch roof, and I think that's because he used straw, but I don't know if I unlocked that yet. I don't know if I could do that. I didn't see the option, so still trying to figure that out. So overall, I guess I'll tell you a little bit about what I think about this test so far. Now, I pretty much figured I would like this game because I like crafting. It's a crafting build game sort of in the same idea as Valheim and those other survival games, but it doesn't have much survival in it yet. I mean, you can eat to buff yourself, but if you don't eat, there's really no drawback that I could tell. Now, this is alpha. It's early, so I mean, things could still be worked out, but I don't know, honestly, if this is supposed to be like a survival type game or just like an MMO where you build and craft and, you know, there's going to be PvP. So as far as that is concerned, I like the crafting so far, and I like the gathering. I think things kind of make sense with what you gather and what you need to use to create certain items and build certain things. There were complaints about some resources not being available. For instance, clay and things like that. I didn't have much of an issue after my first, 15-20 minutes in the game of, basically running around the map and trying to find plots or places to put my plots. You get 2 plots initially to set down. They're pretty good size. I mean, if you used 1 plot, you can still put a little house on it and probably still have a little extra room for your furnace and things, other stations. Now, I put most of the stations in my house, but obviously some of the ones that burn I left outside, just to be like a little more immersive and realistic about it. Let me just get this last bit of wood, and then I'll take you through a little tour of my house while I continue about what I think. So when she's carrying this hatchet, she's like in combat mode, because this is like that upgraded hatchet I made. You see the axe head that I crafted? Put that away, and then she kind of gets back into a relaxed state. I liked her walk when she had the initial hatchet, like this rugged, I forget what it was called, like it was the first hatchet you make. She kind of holds it over her shoulder and walks around. I like that. So it's dark in here. I haven't figured out yet how to make any lighting other than this lantern that I can carry around. This is my storage. I'm not going to go into detail. These are the last two stations I built. The weaponsmith workbench, which is actually where I built the rugged hatchet. You can build a bunch of other weapons here. Now the weapon I'm carrying is an iron pike that some nice player gave me on my first, like 5 minutes into the game. I came across a player who had obviously been in the game longer and made those pikes, and she was just putting them around her property and I guess offering them up to people. So I grabbed one, and it's come in real handy, because fights with boars can get pretty nasty, especially when there's two of them on you. But the iron pike is good against them. Here's the armor smith workbench. I haven't built any armor yet, although I can right now if I wanted to build this chainmail, because I have the iron wire. I have rough leather bands. I think I built. Let me double check that. I know I made some kind of leather bands. These are my skins and my hides that I processed. What do I have? I have coarse leather bands, so I can't. Let's see. In order to make a rough leather band, where is it? It's down here. I think I saw it down here someplace. Rough leather bands are way down here. It says it's very hard to make, and I need generic leather to make it. So generic leather is very hard to come by. You just skin some animals, and you take their skins. These are the rough animal hides, and you take them out to the drying rack. I forget what they call that. And then you could process them. So that's something that I could do. I just have to commit time to it, which is really, I mean, getting right down to what I think about the game. It is a time-consuming game that does not respect your time at all. But I'm an old-fashioned gamer that I don't really mind that, even though I don't have the time I used to have. I like games that you need to put some time in and figure things out, and it doesn't bother me really. I could see something I could tell you I just noticed that I don't like at all is this clipping. I built my house kind of stupidly. I wanted a two-tiered house, so I built a foundation, and my house is a little bit on a hill. You can see it goes down to the water. So instead of like building it up on stilts and making it all level, I have this lower level, and then you go up these stairs into the next level. But I thought maybe I would just put two roofs on it. Roof here, roof here. That obviously didn't work out, so I left this open, and I built two little side houses kind of attached to the main one. Still have to finish the roof there. But I just noticed that when you build a roof here next to this house, the roof clips through, and I don't like that at all. But this is a good thing to learn about the test, so that I don't waste resources once the game launches. I mean, honestly, even though it's a test, I'm thinking about ripping this down and just rebuilding the whole roof and making it like one roof over the whole thing. That's probably what I'm going to do once I upgrade my axe and can get access to wood quicker, a little bit better. But anyway, this is my workshop where most of the workbenches are. I couldn't fit the weapon workbench and the armor workbench in there, so they're out here. And like I said before, my storage is here. I actually could drop off some wood. Let me do that. And I'm going to go out and cut some more wood. That's mostly what I do. I need some more iron so that I could make some more, what do you call it? These iron ingots. And I'll show you my outside workstation once I come back with some more resources. So all I'm going to do now is put away my lantern. I think that burns out. It's got oh yeah, it's almost burnt out. It's not something that you could be repaired. I could repair most of my things at the basic workbench. You could repair your tools. And it doesn't seem like the torches and the lanterns can be repaired. You just have to build a new one. And as you can see, this is my default movement. All right, she walks. And your character walks as a default. If I want to hustle, I need to press the shift key once. That gets her into a jog. This is a jog that doesn't take any stamina at all. She can do this all day long. And if I wanted to automatically run without pressing any key, now I would press the Q key, which gets me into a... Oh, that's a bear. I want to stay clear of the bear. I haven't encountered the bear yet. I've seen it, but I'm afraid to encounter it. So let's not get killed. I did get killed once. I'll go into that a little bit later. But I'm still trying to explain what I think about the game, even though I always sidetrack myself. So what do I think about the game? Like I said, I like the crafting and gathering. I love the graphics. The graphics are amazing. The sound design is pretty good too. I like the ambient sounds of the environment. I like the music. I like how the music gives you a break every once in a while, like now. And it'll kick on every so often. This is a nice big tree. I'm going to cut this down. The movement could be a little janky. Oh, I just noticed that. That is awesome. When she was hacking at the trunk of that tree, you could see it wearing away. I love that. Every little bit of detail that makes it immersive, that always gets me, those things. Let's see if it works. This is another same type of tree. Let's see if it does it again. See, the movement's a little janky. Like, you would think it would be easy to come up to this tree and target it and chop it. It's not always the case. Sometimes I try to hit a tree and I totally miss it. But yeah, look at that. That's cool. You know, maybe this axe is an upgrade, because I don't know if I was able to ever cut the trees down that were that big. Or even you could see it on these littler trees. You know, I just noticed that. I've been cutting trees for the past 2 days and I never noticed that. Yeah, she's going to put that axe away so she could relax, and I'll get back into my jog. The social aspect of the game, even though I haven't really grouped, I've met people, spoken to them in the game. It's fine. People are busy trying to learn the game. I'm sure there are clans out there doing clan stuff. I just, before I started my stream, applied to a clan, so I'm waiting to hear back. I got in touch with their leader, and they told me to apply in their Discord, and then in game, which I did. So. Oh, these are big trees. I didn't remember seeing. Maybe I did see these big trees and I was never able to cut them. But this is good. What does this give me? This gives me 21. Yeah, that's a bigger tree. So yeah, those are the main things I like. I mean, I didn't get into combat yet because, like I said, all I've been doing is fighting some boars that it's pretty standard. I poke them once or twice with my iron pike and they die. I did get killed once because I think I ran out of stamina. I think I was just chopping trees or something. I didn't have the stamina to fight them off, and I died. So what happens when you die is you just respawn at a shrine. If you look at your map, these are shrines. Okay, these are shrines. You can I guess go to the closest one, and then you go to your body, and I guess you can. Yeah, you have to go to your body and get all your stuff back because you drop everything when you die. Don't think you lose any skill points or well, there's no real experience. You just get skill and things, sort of like Valheim. But I notice if I lost anything. So the combat's okay for now. I think they can improve on combat from what little I've seen of it. You get like one skill with your weapon. So for instance, with my iron pike, right now I have thrust. If I hit control and my left mouse, she winds up and she does that big old thrust. She can also block with it. Oh, maybe she can't. Oh, she can't block with it. There's no block with this. Let's see what there is with my hatchet. My hatchet has shred. That's her animation for that. Otherwise, she just does a regular hit. Some things I don't like about the game. Well, I don't like the stacking size. So some things stack pretty well, like they'll make big stacks. some hides, some foods. Some things will stack up to, like, let's say 50. Other things may only stack up to like 10. And you have to fill your whole inventory in order to get those things back to your home base. So that's something that could be maybe solved with like a bag, if you create like a bigger bag or something like that. I don't know. But that could get a little annoying. Here, I'm going to show you combat. Some boar. So what I try to do with the iron pike is line up these boars so they're in a line, because what the pike will do is it will stab right through both of them. So I try to line them up like this, and hopefully they see me and come at me in a line, and they will. So I get my thrust, and then one more hit should kill them both. Easy. So the iron pike is a good weapon. I recommend it. And then harvesting the animals it's as simple as that. I personally think that is too generic, and I would like to see an animation for that, such as, let's say New World has a nice skinning animation. You know, it doesn't take long, because I know I've complained about other games, like Pantheon, for instance, that, you know, when you go to collect your resources from something, it takes like, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds. It's way too long. So harvesting from the animals gets you a lot of stuff, but I'd like to see a little animation there. These are harvestable outcrops of iron. This is what I need. So I made this axe. This is like the starter axe. What's it called? The stone pickaxe. You can see your equipment on your character here. This is what she comes with. This coarse cloth tunic. I haven't done anything as far as crafting clothes or armor yet, but I plan to. And she just hits at that, and then it's got a cool animation here. She does burn stamina while doing it. Oh, there's some cotton. I'll take the cotton and the flax. I'm not sure what that stuff is for. I know it's for cloth, you know, crafting, like, what do you call it? Not leatherworking, but, well, I'm drawing a blank, but I hear that it's for magic, because this is going to be sort of a magic light game. There's not going to be like wizards, as far as I could tell. I think it's going to be more like, you know, sparsely magic. I don't know. Maybe something like that other game that came out too long ago. I forget the name of it now. Embers Adrift. Here's some clay. Clay is very important, especially in the beginning of the game. And it can be found close to water. I've located lots of clay near water now. It could be an issue with people wanting to settle around water, like I did, because what I heard is that once somebody puts their plot down near the water's edge, it prevents the resources from respawning there, which is an issue. So people have said that they're having trouble finding some resources like clay that are usually found near the water. This flax is an example of what I don't like about the inventory management. So they stack up in 20s, but you get so many of them, and you need so many of them to create the threads that that you get. So what I'm gonna have to do now is finagle some of my inventory. I don't need that. I have a big stack of the meat I don't need right now. I have a lot of this stuff. These carved Carler stones, while clearly of an extra natural origin, this magically charged earthly matter carries no sense of evil, nor does it seem to have been touched by the divine. It feels different somehow. And as if that was not enough, how did it end up attached to this unnatural beast in the first place? So that's the passage behind it. I have a feeling it has to do with magic. I'm going to leave it for now. You don't usually get them, but they're a drop that you can get from animals, usually the boars. And I have already some of them in my storage. So what I'm after now is some flax, and I want to get some more iron. But, you know, inventory is an issue, and that is another, you know, that is one of the big things that I don't like about the game, because you see, I didn't spend too long out here away from home, and I'm full right away. Now, like I said, I hope that it gets fixed with the creation of like a bag or backpack or something where you can hold more items. I'm not saying I want a system where you can have unlimited, but it just seems like I'm out for, I don't know, a minute or two, and I'm full, and I gotta run back and forth. I don't think anybody's gonna like that. And then on the way back, of course, I always see things that I want more of, like this clay. I got notifications. Let's see what I did. I picked up some blackberries, so that lets me build blackberry mead and blackberry syrup. Collecting a resource is simply pressing E over it. And of course I'm full. Let's see what I can get rid of. I mean, wood is so easy to come by. I'll get rid of that. I only have one of them. Wood is the easiest thing to come by. Obviously it's everywhere, but it's time consuming to get it. It's still full. Alright, I give up. I'm just going to run back home. Because I'm getting frustrated. I didn't even get... Well, I got a little bit of iron. It's called impure iron ore. That's what I'm going to turn into the iron ingots. There are deer here. I got my first deer the other day. Actually, it was this morning, I think. Oh, this badger's going to attack me. Come on. Didn't get a chance to attack me. I think I surprise attacked it. I would get totally lost if it wasn't for the map. There's the bear. You could see somebody died next to the bear. Now if you look, you see that glowing yellow? That is somebody that died. That bear probably killed him. I kind of think the movement is okay. I've heard complaints about the movement. I don't mind it. I think it's okay. The one thing it's missing that I usually like is an orbit around your character while they run. So a lot of times it's like Alt. You know, when I hold Alt, it doesn't do anything. She moves where you look. Like, in order for me to look at around her, I actually have to like press the WASD keys differently to make her run in a direction, and then use my mouse to orbit around her. But that's just a thing that I have with games. Let's see if I can chop this tree down with my axe. I doubt it. Yeah, no, that's too hard. So this is my outside workstation. I have another wood chopping block, which lets you process the simple things that you get out of the sapwood. You need these items to build certain things. These are charcoal kilns, which you need to make charcoal, which fuels the furnace. And the furnace is how you melt down iron to make your ingots. So you can see you need quite a bit of charcoal. And I need some more iron. I need some more impure iron to throw in there. I actually have 20 that I made. And I think these are full with charcoal. Yeah, these have a lot of charcoal in them. So I could use that. I could start up my my smelter, whatever that was called, the furnace. Also, these things respawn pretty quick. So I'll show you. I'll cut these down. These trees are just right in front of my doorway here. And you'll see that they'll be back pretty soon. I don't know if the respawn timer is going to stay, or if it's just like an alpha respawn. We'll see. And I have to take out my lantern when I'm in my house because it gets so dark. Alright, here's where I keep my iron. This is sand, which also could be used to make glass. I haven't done that yet. This is the regular, what do you call it, nice rock? G-N-E-I-S-S. I say nice. Maybe it's gneiss. I don't know. Put the wood up here. And then I'm going to create some thread. So with the flax that I got, another thing I don't like about the game is this clipping. I made a feedback post. I made a few feedback posts. I really haven't come in contact with many bugs that I've noticed. I mean, maybe some minor bugs, but the feedback about the glitching, and there was some graphical glitching. When I was out in the meadow, I saw like this weird effect coming from certain vegetation. So I filled out a feedback on that. But the clipping, like the clipping with the vegetation through structures that have already been built, supposedly should have been a thing that they took care of, because they said once you place your plot, vegetation and resources, well, they said the resources won't respawn, but a tree like that was a resource. I cut that tree down, but it keeps spawning through my wall, which is annoying. Anyway, this flax can be used to create coarse linen string, and it goes quick, so you can hit craft all, and now she will go to work. Now, another thing I wish they had is a sort of an orbit around your character while they craft. Oh, maybe you can. See, I thought I did this last time and it stopped her from crafting. Did she stop crafting? She did. Yeah, see, it doesn't. So if she can, if you still see that little circle, the two circles, that means she's still targeting that station. So I can still press E. She'll open the station, and I'll go ahead and get her to craft again. This window, I guess, still has to be open in order for her to craft. But I kind of would like, I mean, if you have to be in this window, I would like to see some animations. I'd like to see what she's doing. Most of the time, you just watch her from the back. And then, just like that, she used all her flax already. Well, these are different. What is this? This is rye grain. Rye grain looks like cotton fiber. Now, the coarse linen string can be used to make rough linen string. I just automatically process it down to coarse linen because, as you can see, it's much easier to store this way. And these chests are not big enough. I have no place to put the wool. I've got coarse wool yarn and no place to put it. I'm gonna have to make another chest. I've got so many chests all over the place. I have room in my inventory, so what it takes to make a chest is wooden pegs and rough wooden planks. I think I'm gonna need more than that. So let me get some wood back. I think I have a stack of wood in here too. Yeah, I do. So let's see. Go over to my workbench. Now, in order to build a simple chest, wooden pegs and I'm short one rough wooden plank. So I'm gonna make one of those. I don't think I can make one. I think it makes several. It makes 3 of them. Yeah, this tree is clipping through my house. There it is. Nothing I can do about that. Even though it bothers me so much, nothing I can do about it. Next time I'm just going to look for a place with no trees around and build there. Alright, so the simple chest shows up in my inventory here. In order to place it, this took a moment to figure out. You have to get out your construction hammer. Here's my construction hammer, and here's the target reticle. Shows you what you were going to place something on, or something that you may want to deconstruct, or I don't think you repair. Right clicking brings up the menu, so you could build foundations, you could build walls, windows, floors, stairs and railings, pillars, roofs, fences. That's into construction. Crafting lets you craft your stations. I've built everything here. Oh, that's not true. I haven't put together a beehive yet. And I don't have a camp. I did build a campfire, but I didn't build one here yet. And then here's where you place things. Props. So I'll select the chest. And I'll put it up here. You can stack 2 of them up at a time. I can't seem to figure out how to stack a third. And that's it. So now I can place my yarn here. So this, I didn't think this would be a very entertaining stream when I was thinking about it when I was playing this morning, because this is a lot of what I do. I walk around in my house and I put things in boxes. And a lot of times I forget which boxes have which stuff, so it takes me a while. I have to cook this stack of boar carcass. This is what makes the meat. We have to put away the reed. I think I have that in a basket. Yeah. I have some blueberries there. I'll put the blackberries. Oh, she ate a blackberry. I'll put the blackberries there. Some cotton. And then clay. And then my building materials. So looks like my lantern burnt out. Yeah, it did. I don't know if I could get that fixed. Let's see. Not here. I don't see why I'd be able to. No, I think my lantern is cooked. I think it's done. Oh no, you can repair it. Which is this station? The blacksmith workbench. So let's see. I'm going to repair my lantern. Boom! I did it. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to go get some more iron. Well, one thing, I'll show you my backyard. One thing I want to do soon, if not tonight, tomorrow, is gather enough wood and materials to build a deck, because that's why this is like this. I'm going to build a deck off of my foundation out here. Now, if you want to know where your plots end, you get out your construction hammer, and there's 1, there's 2. It says you're a plot. You get 2 plots. I put them next to each other, trying to maximize area. In the tutorial, it says that you should place next to your neighbor. I forget for the reason why they said, so I did that. My neighbor and I share a border here. So see, it's a pretty decent size, I guess. My house is actually built mostly on this first plot, but it does extend. Actually, no, it's probably split in half. Yeah, half my house is in one plot and the other is in the other. I debated on whether or not to do that, because I thought, well, what if I want to uproot and go someplace else and maybe have 2 bases of operation? Would have been a nice thing, but then I realized that I wanted a big house and I wanted space for other workstations, so I just put them both down. What I'll wind up doing is, especially if I get into this guild, is I will probably just unclaim this. So what you can do is you can unclaim your plot. You can go in here, you can select your plot and you can release it. What happens then is everything becomes public. So this will be all, up for grabs. I think if somebody places their own plot on top of everything that becomes public, I'm pretty sure it becomes theirs, but I can't be exactly sure about that. I did try to swim. You can swim on the surface. I haven't figured out yet how to go below the water. See here, I can't target this tree. She keeps missing. There she goes. So wood is something I definitely want so I can make my deck. But I also want... That's too hard. I also want to go get some more iron. Let's see if these boars respawned. I have 2 boars that respawn back here all the time. There they are. Still have some buffs. Maybe I can eat That. Oh, here they come. Got them. Just a timing thing. Got to time that right. I'm sure all these things are going to be useful, but the thing that is most useful to me now are the hides. The wool fiber, I've already processed some of that into the wool that you saw before. But, yeah. Here's what the front of my house looks like. Ran into a little problem here. Because, as you can see, this is not my property here. And it wouldn't let me extend this wall, so I had to kind of make that little notch. I'm gonna put a floor up there eventually. All right, let me go get some iron. There are a lot of things you can interact with. Raspberries. I've been eating raspberries. There are so many things on the ground that you can pick up, interact with. There are a lot of different things to gather. I like that the world is very interactive. I will never leave clay behind. I think that's the clay that I got on my way back last time, so you can see that it does respawn pretty quickly, which is good. This is nowhere near where I started. My character started, let's see the map. So I started, I think it was Toulouse, but it was like way over here somewhere. And I walked, I knew I wanted to be near water, so I walked down here. And then I walked up along here, and I was trying to get to the other side, but there's like a ravine. I couldn't figure out how to get to the other side, so what I did was I came around, and I wound up finding a spot here. But if you walk along the waterways, you'll find it difficult to find a plot, because a lot of players have already claimed it. But the good thing is that maybe now I realize why they say to put your plot right up next to your neighbor. If it is a neighbor that is neighborly and nice to you, you shouldn't have too much of an issue, but you could run into issues. So like in Ark and some of those games, even maybe Arc Age back in the day, people could screw you by building around you and like kind of boxing you in. That time I only got one, so it's going to be a tough fight. Kill that one first. Not too bad. That's valuable inventory space that those take. Take the blueberry. I'm gonna resist taking the wood for now, and I'm just really gonna go hunting for the iron, the impure iron, because I want to get my furnace running. So you can see she used up all her stamina while sprinting, but the stamina comes back pretty quick. And it'll be even better once I eat my apple and raspberries. So she's already full on raspberries. Or blueberries. You're only allowed to have 3 foods that you can have as a buff. That's the wrong tool. Tree branches are the initial pieces of wood you'll find when you spawn into the world. That's what you'll need to start building your starter tools. And also the nice stone. You'll see them scattered around like this one here. You can just pick up a bunch of those, pick up a bunch of tree branches, and you can get started on your rudimentary tools. Now, you don't need a house. A lot of people you could see just have sort of like camps. Their plots are still theirs. Their chests are protected. When it's inside your plot, it's a private chest that's protected, and you don't have to worry about people stealing your stuff, I think. So you don't need walls necessarily in this zone. Now, I think there may be PvP zones where the rules are probably different. I am not really looking to do PvP in the game, but I would definitely not be against it. First thing I do is put away my weapons or tools when I see a stranger, and then I talk to them. Darth Revan. There are little chat bubbles, which I didn't notice until now. I haven't figured out how to do emotes yet either. I don't know if they're in. Are you settled nearby? That sounds fishy, doesn't it? Sounds like I'm going to rob them later. I'm still learning how to craft and build, but if you ever need a hand, I am down by the lake. He's on the other side of the trees behind him. Okay. Alright, that's enough of the pleasantries. Got work to do. People are usually very nice so far. I'll let him have the clay. I know that's what he wants. I'm after the impure iron, so let's look around for those. They stand out on the map. Those are iron? I think they might be iron. Either that or just... Nah, these I think the regular rocks. They're smooth. You can see that they have that smooth finish. This is iron, right? That one right there. It's kind of got that rough texture. I got pizza. That's a bonus. I'm not going to eat it while I stream. It's one thing that I don't like when I watch streamers. I don't like to watch them eat while they stream, so I'll spare you that. It just occurred to me that I didn't test my stream, so I hope that you're hearing me, because this is the first time I streamed PAX DEI. I've been playing the game on my laptop out of state for a while, and it actually has been running pretty well on my laptop, but it's really great on my desktop here. Alright, I want more. I want more. Give me the ore. This guy is building a nice little place here. Look at this. You could build your place out of stone. What's he got going on here? Nice. Got 2 stories. Now this is an architect. I really need to do some planning, because just like in Valheim, I could spend hours and hours just planning out and building houses and structures. You know, this is great. Get out of here before he shows up. I think you can use anybody's... Yeah, so you can use anybody's crafting stations, but you can't get into their... You can't get into their boxes. It's locked. You have to have permission. I had no idea how to get clay when I first started, so I asked a friendly neighbor down the river from me, down the lake, who told me where to look, and then of course I found it right away. Which really, if you ask me, is the heart of this type of game. It is a social game that you can play solo. I've been doing this solo and progress has been very slow and at times frustrating, but it's meant to be played, I think, with a clan, with other people. People have their own tasks, like you have your cook, you have your leather worker, you have your armor crafter, and this and that. You probably have your PvPers that go out and do their thing, you know. That's what it seems like to me. Let's see if I can get these guys in a line. Come on. Yeah, they fall for it almost every time. I did see some clay down here. Now you can see that there is some fall damage. I may take a little here. Let's see. I didn't fall enough. If you fall enough, you'll take a little bit of fall damage. I haven't really dropped from a considerable height yet to take a lot of damage. But it is in the game. Fall damage is in the game. Some more apples. Apples seem to be good. I'll always grab the apples when I see them. And here's some iron. Perfect. Inventory full. Alright, what can I get rid of? I'll get rid of these again. I'll get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of these. I'm doing all right with oh, I have a lot of apples. I'm doing alright with the clay. And I'm doing okay with the impure iron. Although I think I want a little bit more. So let's keep on chopping here. And when you're over, what it'll do is just drop it on the ground. You can see like these things I dropped to make room. But when you're harvesting something and run out of room, you'll get the notification saying your inventory is full, and then it just drops it into the bags on the ground. You have to pick them up once you clear space. Oops. I might as well show you my skills. This is the tab menu. Press tab to access your inventory and your equipment, like I showed you before. Shows you your health and defense stats. This is the crafting menu, the basic crafting menu. So when you start the game, these are the things you can make. And here are my skills. So my highest, obviously, wood cutting. I gotta get wood all the time. I've done a little bit of tailoring when I make the thread. Mining is what I'm doing now. Carpentry is making my house, building the walls, the roof. I've done a little bit of leather working when I used the tanning station to refine my leathers. And I got this cooking just from the initial cooking of my meat. My combat skills are in pole arms, and I used a shield when I first started and a little spear, like a one-handed spear and a shield. That was my initial weapon, but the iron pike is so much better, so I ditched the hand spear. The problem is the iron pike is a two-handed weapon, so no more shields for me. Alright, here's some more impure iron. Gotta remember to stop running so I can get my stamina back before I collect it, because this will take a lot of stamina. What else is there around here? I mean, I could come out here and take trips back and forth for a while, but I think this will be my last trip before I start doing some more crafting. Oh, here we go. Maybe I could start... Well, I have to refine... I'm going to refine some more of this into iron ingots, but maybe I could try to make that chainmail, because I think I have enough... I think I have the resources to make the chainmail. Yeah, I remember that somebody did ask, I think in the Discord, why is there tailoring, and why would you make cloth items when you could just go right to leather or chain if you had the technology to do it? And I think the answer was magic. You know, you could learn magic, and those are the items that will give you, I guess, the bonus towards magic. Inventory full, perfect. So where is it? Where did it drop? So it dropped right there, just one rock. But it'll fill up everything. It seems to me like when I gather wood, if I cut a tree that gives me more pieces than I have space, it won't just auto-fill the last space. If it's too big to fit in the stack, it'll just say inventory too big. So for instance, if let's say this is 15 wood, what's a stack of wood? 50? So if I had 45 wood and I cut a tree down that gave me 7 wood, it wouldn't pick it up because it doesn't fit. It wouldn't just take 5 out of it. That's what it seemed to be anyway. That's what it appeared to be. Could be wrong. I have some more boars that hopefully I get their skins. Really, that's what I want. I just want the skins at this point. It's really not fair. I think I got the skins. I am going the wrong direction home, too. Here's a road. Let's take the road back. This is all the way zoomed out of my character. And this is all the way zoomed in. This can make you a little sick. If you stay here, you're ready to get some motion sickness. Usually I'm all the way out or just a little, like maybe halfway. Can I fit that clay? That's the wrong menu. Yeah, I can fit some clay. Grass is interactive. You run through it, it moves. It's kind of neat. Oh, alright. So you see, I have 18 clay. This is a stack of probably 3 clay. It won't just give me 2 to fill that out. Oh well. Here are some more boars.
Did you eat all that already?
I'm sorry about that. I got more pizza. She made a lot of pizza. So what I'm probably going to do here is head back home and take a little break for dinner. And now I am headed the right way. Hello there. The basic cooking hearth. I don't think I have the technology for that or the blueprint. All I could make is the regular campfire, right? So the campfires from which this campfire is all I could make. I don't know what I have to do. I guess You have to find something to make? Yeah, the blueprints? I don't know. I don't know if you've heard of Bailgrim. He streams this. I think he had one. There are a lot of streamers that had them. I've seen them in plots. I haven't run into anybody yet that I could ask about it. I'm sorry I can't help you with that. To be honest, I don't have too many blueprints. I have like basic ones. I think the latest blueprints I found were for the weapon crafting and armor crafting tables. And I was able to upgrade my axe, thinking that I'm going to be able to cut these big trees, and I can't. So the cooking is one thing I haven't done much of yet in the game. I've done a lot of building. I just kind of built my house. And you know, I'm learning, like, when the game launches or when there's another test, I'm going to focus less on building my house and more on like getting better tools and better weapons and better armor. I'll do it the other way around next time, because it doesn't seem like the house offers you much. It's nice to have a roof over your head, I guess, and it looks cool and it's fun to build, but your chests are protected one way or another. You don't need walls to protect them. Yeah, I'm a slow learner in these games. I kind of take my time at it, and I get stuck doing one thing, and so I usually lag behind, which is really kind of the reason why I'm really not going to be too PvP focused, because, you know, in games like this, like Ark, like those games where it's a race, you know, it's a race to get the blueprints, to get the better items and the better things, I'm usually lagging behind everybody, and it makes it really difficult. But it's still fun to do, so I'm still going to do it. But if I got into a guild or clan, I'm probably going to go in as a gatherer, because that's one thing I could definitely do, and I'm good at it, and I like it. I don't mind it. Passes the time. In Valheim, when I played on a server which was like a realm versus realm server where we had like different factions until it fell apart because of cheaters, I had a really good time as a scout. I was like the explorer. I would like scout the enemy and stuff like that. So I cut that down, forgetting that my inventory was full. Alright, I'm not going to put my stuff away. I'm going to go eat my dinner. Alright, thank you for tuning in. Sorry, List, I couldn't help you. I hope you find your cooking hearth blueprint real soon. And I hope you're enjoying the game. I am. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's promising. I think there's a lot that could be fixed and improved. But, you know, for an alpha, I'm enjoying it. And you know what, to be honest, I test games. I test them for a little while. I find bugs. I find things to submit as feedback. But I don't linger around in tests usually. I kind of get over it because I want to play the main game. I don't want to spend all my time when most people, better testers than I am, have already submitted bug reports and feedback. So usually by now I'm done with the test. Like Throne and Liberty, I tested. I was done after a couple of days. That's good enough. I may or may not play the release, but I saw enough. I did my job. I reported bugs and feedback. But this game has actually been fun to play. This test has been fun to play. So yeah, I'll definitely be back, and I'll probably play this until the end of the test, which I think is a few more days. Manor Lords is on my list. I definitely want to play Manor Lords. It's a game that I'm dying to play, but I'm not going to do it while this is on. I'm having too much fun playing this. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you next time.